Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you haven't been. It's me, your girl Phoenix. And if you've seen a video of me yesterday, well, or any day really, but yesterday in particular, at the end of that video, I went off on a tangent of League of Legends. And I think, I didn't test my mic, there we go.
Hello everyone and
Hold up,
welcome.
there we go. I think I found a fanatic. I'm not entirely sure, but this dude has 203 videos on the lore of League of Legends. So, I don't know what exactly entails a fanatic, but I'm pretty sure this is it, and I'm here for it. Now, forewarning, excuse me, I do not have Premium Plus, or whatever it is, YouTube Plus, Premium, whatever. So, yeah, there's gonna be an ad or two, but we'll get through it together. I won't watch all of his videos today. I'll make this like, I don't know, a series, I guess.
I am sorry that there is a little bit of a gap in my content, but I am sick, and so if I sound like 30 years older, don't worry, I am very well aware of it. So, today I will try to retell the new short story Riot has released, and then I will try to explain what has actually happened there. So without further ado, I present you A Good Death. This story begins on the stage of a traveling theater called Orpheum Mechanicals. Here, our main character Maga plays a role of a young girl. As her character was about to die, she shouted her final words. Oh, but how wondrous a dream is life! Only now, too late, do I wake to see its myriad of splendors. At that point, Kindred appeared. Kindred was played by Denji, an actor wearing two opposing masks. Kindred approached.
Does this have anything to do with League of Legends? Is this like a prelude? Like I'm not I'm gonna give it a shot.
Maga with the mask of the lamp facing her. Do I hear a plea of my keenest arrow? Come, child, let the warmth of your heart fade into the cold embrace of oblivion. Maga refused. Kindred spun around, revealing the mask of a wolf. Everyone in the audience was excited to see the end of this story. Maga offered her neck to the wolf. When the wolf got close, Maga triggered a hidden mechanism in her collar. Ribbons of red fabric unspooled to simulate blood. Everyone in the audience was cheering. This was the 14th time Orpheum Mechanicals gave their audience what they paid for. After this play, the theater got back into their caravan and they left in the direction of Needlebrook. During their travel, Denji and his lover Drea argued with Illusion, the owner of the Mechanicals. Tragedy strikes
That's a good name for a person who deals with mechanics. Illusion. Like, props to that.
Maiden, Death finds Maiden, and then it takes Maiden. They thought the plot was too predictable. Illusion disagreed. He argued that complicated plots detracted from a good final scene. Of course, Maga agreed with Denji and Tria, but she preferred to stay quiet.
Again, sorry for the ads, but I'm not paying for something that I can easily skip in 2 seconds.
After few hours, the caravan stopped to make a camp. Everyone was ready to fall asleep. Illusion and Par, his wagoneer, were sleeping near the caravan. Denji and Tria were further away, talking about their unborn child. Only Maga couldn't find comfort. She couldn't sleep. She was thinking about the play and how the audience wanted nothing more than a good death. Eventually, she left her bedroll and wandered into the woods to get some fresh air. In the dead of night, she found a grave. She couldn't read what was written on it, but she did recognize Kindred's mask carved into the stone. She felt a chill. In a split of a second, the lamb herself appeared in front of her, followed by the wolf. I hear a beating heart.
Oh shit. Like, is this based off of something true? Like, is this. I don't know anything about League of Legends. So I don't know if this is like a prelude or what, but this just got good.
Said the wolf. May I have it? Perhaps, replied Lamb. I sense she's afraid. Speak, beautiful one. Tell us your name. I would have yours first, said Maga. We have many names.
That's smart. In my own personal thing, many mythical creatures, you don't give them your name. No, that's a no-go. You do not give them your name. Names have power. So, she's smart.
In the west, I am Ina to his Ani. In the east, I am Freya to his Volio. But we are kindred everywhere. I am always lamb to wolf, and he is always wolf to lamb. But worry not, dear child. I have found your name. We know it as you know us, Maga.
I'd be fucking worried. Mm-mm. I would be, that's a no-go for me.
From this point on, the wolf refers to Maga as the Maga thing. Can we play chasing the Maga thing and bite her to bits? Let us ask her, said Lamb. Maga, do you prefer wolf's chase or my arrow?
Either way, she's gonna die. Don't do it.
Maga was trembling. I would prefer Lamb's arrow. Lamb replied, Fear not, little maiden. We are just having our fun. You have come to us tonight. We have not come for you. I can't chase the Maga thing, said the wolf with a hint of a disappointment in his voice. But there are other things nearby, other things ripe for chasing and the biting. Hurry, lamb, I'm hungry. For now, know that your theatrics have pleased us, and we will watch them until the day we meet again. The lamb and the wolf disappeared into the woods. Unsure what has just happened, Maga fled back to the caravan. But when she arrived, she found it in utter ruins. Torn bits of clothing were lying everywhere. She found Denji's body near where he had slept. He died protecting Tria. Judging from the trails of blood, their death had not been slow. Maga noticed that Illusion had managed to kill two bandits that ambushed them before he was burned together with Par in the caravan. The only thing that remained untouched were Denji's masks of lamb and wolf. She placed
She is either cursed, now marked, or she is being protected some way, somehow, some shape, or form. However, I don't trust any of it. Not one freaking
the
bit.
lamp mask over her own eyes and heard the voice of Wolf. Chase the Maga thing. Maga ran to Needlebrook, never once looking back. Many years later, Maga sat in a quiet dressing room under the stage of a royal theater. Madam, said the stagehand, you are not in your costume yet. No, child, Maga said. I only dress at the last moment. It is the last moment, said the young stagehand, holding the two final pieces of Maga's costume. The same lamp and wolf masks from the days with the Orphelum Mechanicals. May your performance be blessed tonight, the stagehand said. Maga prepared to leave for the stage. She slipped the mask over her head. The old chill from the dark burrow crept down her spine.
Oh yeah, she's been marked. She's definitely been marked. She's gonna have to sell her soul.
She welcomed it, as always.
You bitch, you did what now?
She glided onto the stage. The crowd was amazed by Maga's performance. She could perfectly mimic Lamb's graceful movements as well as Wolf's playful savagery. She eased the suffering of her fellow actors or ripped it from their throats until the crowd stood on its feet. So it was true. All audiences love a good death, and they loved Maga's more than any other. But Maga heard no applause and saw no ovation. She didn't feel the stage beneath her feet, nor the hands of her fellow actors in hers as they bowed low. All she felt was a sharp pain in her chest. When Maga looked over to the audience, every single face was either a lamb or a wolf. And here the story ends. So from now on, I will try to explain what has actually happened. So let's
Yes, because I am utterly confused.
start with the ending. There are two different theories. If you thought that she got heart attack at the end, you would be correct. But if you thought that she got killed by Lamb's arrow, you would also be correct. This goes back to the original theory that Kindred is not a real thing. Again, because the game has no connection to the lore, because she is in the game doesn't mean she necessarily has to exist in the lore. Although she actually exists. This will be hard to explain, so please focus. Kindred is an omen of death for the religion in the area she comes from. In other words, people believe that when they die, Kindred will come for them, similar to Grim Reaper in our world. Usually, the lamb or the wolf will choose their own targets. In this story, because Maga met them, she had the chance to choose her own death. And as we all know, she chose the arrow. Now, what does that mean? Whenever someone chooses arrow, that means that they would either die swiftly or from natural causes. Again, in our story, it was heart attack. So, if someone would happen to choose wolf, they would die very painfully and slowly. And this also happened in the story. It seems like the lamp had known that Maga would choose her arrow instead of the wolf. That's why Maga couldn't sleep, she went into the woods, and there she met Kindred. Everyone else in the caravan got slaughtered by bandits. Even though the wolf says that there is something nearby that he is going to kill, he is not the one who actually killed the people, it was the bandits. If Maga didn't choose the arrow but she chose the wolf, she would probably also be killed by the bandits. And now, if we look at the very end of the story, Maga looks into the audience and everyone is either lamb or a wolf. That is the way they died. They either died painfully or swiftly. Kindred works on a similar base as fate. Every time something happens, everyone believes it's the fate. But every
That's actually really cool. Like, it's basically similar to like a yin or yang kind. No, not really yin and yang. He's doing a good job explaining it. I was confused at first, but I'm getting there.
time someone dies, everyone believes it was either a lamb or a wolf who chose them to die. The problem is that now we have evidence that Kindred is real and it is not a legend. Although this is the only story where we hear about someone who met Kindred in person. This is why Kindred is so confusing. We have no evidence that Kindred would ever kill anyone. It seems like Kindred works more like a puppeteer. It is trying to make everyone die in the way they want. Also, because everyone would obviously choose the arrow if they had the chance, that's why Lamb always asks first. So if she asks you if you would like her arrow and you say no, you know what is going to happen. Hopefully I have explained everything to you. I don't think I have anything else to say. Again, sorry if I sound like I'm 50 years old, but thank you for your attention, thank you for coming, and as always, thank you, come again.
He did really good on explaining it for me. All credits to this
Okay,
dude.
so this outro is going to be straightforward. I am sick, I can barely talk, this video has been very painful for me.
Okay, so his name is Necrit. I just happened to stumble upon him. If you guys wanna check him out too.
Suffer as I have suffered.
Hello everyone and welcome! Today is a special day
Oh, he
because
sounds better
I
in
want
this
to
one.
show you the stories of the two greatest characters in League of Legends. So stay a while and listen.
The little dude kind of looks like the Monopoly Man's cousin. No, what he looks like is the Pringles Man and the Monopoly Man. He must be related.
So stay a while and listen.
Yes, sir.
Not too long ago, near the Blue Flame Islands, there was a family traveling on a gambling boat. In every city they visited, they opened a gambling house. The citizens were usually not bright,
That's called marketing.
and so the family was able to strip them of their money. A young boy named Tobias was a part of this family. The boy was taught the magic of cards at a very early age, and right after that, he learned what it is to be hated. The family was tolerated for all the exotic goods they were trading, but at the same time, they always found only short welcomes for their strange ways. The elders of the family claimed that is the way of the world, but they refused to fight back because fighting would only bring even worse prejudice. Tobias was never able to accept this way of life. One night, few men that lost their fortune in the gambling house came back for revenge. They used sticks and clubs to beat up everyone. Eventually, they even started using weapons. But Tobias had enough. He picked up one of their clubs and he drove the man back with swift blows. He
Get it, Tobias.
felt proud that he managed to protect his family. But when he returned to the boat, he couldn't believe his eyes. Everyone turned their back on him. He fought back, and so he violated the code of the river. And there was only one punishment: exile.
They exiled a kid for protecting his family. I don't care about code or not. Y'all be freaking dead or, severely injured. And I don't know, but there could have been younger kids than Tobias on that damn boat. And you still ain't gonna fight back? Mm-mm. Tobias, you deserve better.
His whole world started to fall apart around him. He watched helplessly as his family sailed away without him. For the first time in his life, he was alone. But this is Tobias we are talking about. He grew up to a man by drifting from
Tobias did grow up. Look at him.
town to town, visiting the gambling dens of every city. Using the mastered skills at cards, he was able to earn coin to survive. He was always careful enough to let his opponents win at least some hands. But even then, not every opponent could take it, and so he had to learn how to fight. One day, Tobias met a fellow called Malcolm Graves. He immediately recognized the talent in Malcolm, and so he joined forces with him. Together, they spent years traveling around the world, earning fortune through criminal activities. Heists were daily routine. No security system was able to stop them, and so they were always looking for a bigger challenge. One of their most successful heists took place in Piltover. They were the only thieves that ever cracked into the Clockwork Vault. Not only did they empty the vault of its treasures, but they tricked the guards into loading it on their hijacked cargo ship. And once they were gone, there was nothing left but a single playing card. But they eventually ran out of luck. Everything went wrong during a heist where Tobias seemingly betrayed Malcolm as he escaped while Malcolm was captured and imprisoned for
Tobias, you did not just leave your friend, did you? You better go back for his ass.
life. No one really knows what happened that night, for Tobias never talks about it. After everything that has happened, he decided to start from a new beginning.
Bitch, you didn't go get your friend? Mm-mm. Don't do that. Don't be your family.
He threw away his old name to accept his new one. Twisted Fate.
Oh.
Twisted Fate returned to his old ways of gambling in every den of every city. Over the time, he earned countless fortunes, but no one can say what he is doing with all the money. Even he got captured from time to time, but no prison was able to hold Twisted Fate. He was always gone by the morning, leaving only a mocking playing card behind. Twisted Fate slowly became a legend among the gambling houses. One of the recent stories about Twisted Fate comes from gambling house called Fortune's Glory. It was the final round and everyone was waiting for the reveal of the last card. Twisted Fate's cards started twitching. They were trying to tell him that he was in danger and that all of this was just a trap. As always, Twisted Fate trusted his cards, but he didn't want to give up on the opportunity to take every single penny from a rich man across the table. His opponent was Henmar, a greedy merchant that earned his fortune from enslaving miners. His clothing
He did what now? I'm sorry, Twisted Fate, you gotta kick this guy's fucking ass. Like, take all his fucking money. All of it. And then you better go free those kids.
was expensive. Freljord furs, hand-tooled leather, and Bilgewater sea charms. A single ring from his finger was worth more than a man would ever see in his life. Twisted Fate nodded.
I feel like he's kind of a Robin Hood, a low-key Robin Hood. Like, he'll take all the money from the rich. And, I mean, he'll use it for himself too, obviously. Look at that man's outfit. You can't tell me that's not designer. But, mm, but yeah, no, I feel like he helps out people less fortunate. It's a feeling. It's a feeling.
I believe it's your call, Master Henmar. I'm aware of the rules, River Rat, said Henmar. And do not think that your fancy sleight of hand is going to distract me into making an error of judgment. Distract you? I declare I would never stoop to such a low and dishonorable ruse. No? Then why is it your eyes keep darting from the table? Said Henmar. Listen closely. I have negotiated with the best of them, and I know the tell of a desperate man when I see it. You're sharp, sir, I can see that. Twisted Fate quickly looked around the room. The usual collection of people were watching the game, mostly men and women hoping for whoever wins the game is going to be generous enough to share some of their fortune. Twisted Fate's cards trembled when his eyes fell upon certain individuals. There, a man with an eye patch and a flame-haired woman. They were armed and they knew exactly who Twisted Fate was. If Henmar had bodyguards, he would definitely let everyone know that he is not alone. So Twisted Fate knew they were bounty hunters. You have a look that tells me that you know you have already lost, said Henmar. Then what do you say we make it a little more interesting, sir? Replied Twisted Fate, spreading the cards
Oh, he's gonna pull some bullshit.
in a fan, watching the hunters east closer. Care to double down? Are you able to cover that much? Asked Henmar suspiciously. Easily, said Twisted Fate, pulling out a bag of coins. Can you? Henmar snapped his fingers and someone behind him handed him a similar bag of coins. You first, said Henmar. Always, agreed Twisted Fate, flipping over his cards as the bounty hunters made their move. The man with the eye patch jumped forward, trying to catch Twisted Fate with a capture collar. The woman shouted his name and drew a matching pair of pistols. Twisted Fate kicked the underside of the table, spinning it into the air in a shower of coins, cards, and parchment. The pistols fired with deafening roars, blasting fist-sized holes in the table. The capture collar snapped close, but when the smoke cleared and the screams stopped, Twisted Fate was nowhere to be found. Henmar stood up. He furiously searched in vain for his opponent. When he looked back at the remains of the table, color drained from his face. Where is my money? Where is my money? Twisted Fate! 5 cards fell face up on the floor. It was the winning hand.
Oh my god.
Years passed, and Twisted Fate found himself in
Hold up, look at this fish. Look at that fish. That is a gigantic fish. That is even bigger, but that's mostly bone, so I'm not too concerned. This is a cool little... What the hell is that? This is a cool little... They got a boat upside down? Excuse me. This town screams pirate industry with a hint of Viking. And I'm here for it. What are you? You look like a little, like, monkey kind of thing. I don't know, but... Oh, look at that. Okay.
Bilgewater. Why was he there? Money, of course. Bilgewater is a dangerous place, but the payout for his job here was big enough that he couldn't just pass it up. His plan was easy. Get in the main warehouse, steal what he's been asked to, collect his payment, and be gone before the dawn.
I feel like this is a trap. Because he seems greedy. And I feel like that greed can be used against him. Now, I'm not saying he's not a smart man. Look at him. He probably knows if it was a trap or not. But I feel like it's a trap.
Easy job for him. As expected, guards were walking around all the entrances to the warehouse. Twisted Fate hid in a dark alley close to the warehouse. He waited for the patrol to pass by. This was his opening. He had 2 minutes before they got back. But he heard the patrol returning earlier. Instead of 2 minutes, he had seconds. He snapped a card from his sleeve and he waved it through his fingers. The pressure built on him, but Twisted Fate stayed focused. He pictured in his mind where he needed to be. In a blink of an eye, he found himself inside the warehouse. Damn, I'm good. The words of a successful thief. He started looking through the newly shipped cargo. There he found a wooden box. He was definitely sure that's what he was looking for. He opened the lid and there it was. He froze. There was no mistaking what that sound was.
It's the redhead.
DF. It's been a long time. And that's where I have to cut
Oh, it's his buddy!
the first part. I really hope you enjoyed the first part of the TF and Graves story, and I really hope you will enjoy the future episodes as well. If you like my content, feel free to comment down below.
I'm gonna subscribe to this man's channel, cause I'm invested. Subscribe. I'm invested. But I think that's all I'm gonna do for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I don't really know like if you guys know any of the lore, but we're learning together no matter what. And I really want to watch more. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm invested. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Until then, I hope that you have a wonderful day, evening, night, wherever, whenever you are, and I will see you in the next video.